Hi guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be looking at my July goals, and I'm going to be reusing like an old video that I used to do of using you guys to keep myself accountable to sticking to my July goals. So we're going to review them. I'm going to talk through them sat here. I'll discuss through them, talk through them, and as we go through each goal, you will see clips of me doing it and completing it, so we can see that I actually do complete each goal. This month and recently, I've been feeling very life slumpy. I've not been feeling great. I've been feeling a little bit all over the place, very burnt out and worked out, like overworked, not feeling the love, organised, and not really prioritising myself, just having a bit of a schedule mix up and stuff like that. So this month, my goals, I've only got one goal for each category, and I wanted them to be as simple as possible. Goals that I knew I could complete. So goals that are either I'm gonna fit into my schedule, goals that I was already doing anyway, and just goals that I know will help with the burnout feeling that I was already feeling. I think a lot of it was accumulating from YouTube, which isn't necessarily because of YouTube. I love doing YouTube. I love filming these videos. I love editing. I don't love editing, but I enjoy like the editing process, and it's very much a creative outlet for me. However, life has changed quite a bit recently. I've gone from being single supply teaching, which I wasn't doing 5 days a week, also living away, to living at home where my family and friends are. So I've constantly got like weekend plans, evening plans, wanting to see people, wanting to go out and do things. I've got a boyfriend, so I've got time with him and spending like time creating that connection. I have a full-time job, so I don't have any days off during the week now. And just a few things, as well as feeling really slumpy, has resulted in my timetable kind of looking very different. So whereas beforehand, especially when I was living in Liverpool, I would finish a day's work, I'd go home, I'd do any filming that needs to be done, I'd cook dinner or I'd meal prep dinner. I will then sit down and edit and go to bed kind of whenever I needed to. I might also take a day off during the week to batch film or batch edit, and have the weekend as well where I wouldn't see my boyfriend, I wouldn't see friends. I'd kind of have the weekend to myself, and a lot of the time I would ensure that I got my steps and then hold myself up and get editing done, watch TV, read my books, all that sort of thing. Life does look very different now, so I'm still trying to work out planning in reading time, getting in filming time, getting in editing time. And with that, the last few months, every single month I've been behind on my editing. So it kind of gets to the point where it gets to the end of the month, I'm like, oh no, I need to film a load of videos, like sit down videos a bit like this, which I need to film. And then it gets to the end of the month and I'm like, yes, I filmed them all, but they haven't been edited. And so this month again, I went into the month with a lot of backlog of editing, a lot of backlog of work that I needed to do. So we are now in week 3 of July, and I have been doing the goals that we've set out, but my main priority at the start of the month was to catch up with editing. So at this current moment of filming this, where I haven't filmed this video and I haven't filmed a couple of clips for another like couple of videos, I have no editing to do for upcoming videos. So once I film this, I'm hoping that this week I can get this filmed, I can get a couple of more clips and stuff filmed for reading vlogs and get them edited as I go. So that ties in nicely to one of our goals, which is our content goal for editing videos before the end of the month. So I want to end the month off having all the videos that I need for August filmed, especially with knowing that I'm going into August to go on my big family 2-week holiday. So very fortunate. It's in a family apartment, so I have my own room, I've got my own space. We have quite a significant amount of downtime. It's a very chilled holiday where we do odd bits and pieces, but it's a lot of time around the pool, chilling in the apartment, like sunbathing, that sort of stuff. So I have time to edit, but I don't necessarily want to be on holiday spending my whole 2 weeks editing. So with that in mind, my plan for next month is to get these done so I can kind of get next month's videos planned and done before I go on holiday, or as many of them as I can. I'm sure you will see holiday content, so it's not gonna all be completely finished, finalized, sorted, but I'm hoping where I can I will do. So with that, for that to be prepped up in place, I need to have edited this month's videos and last month's videos. So I'm at a very good position and I just want to keep this going, and whether that means spending an hour, 2 hours of an evening during the week editing as and when I need to, whether that's when I'm at Matt's house on the weekend or he's at mine and we're watching something together, or he's playing his video games, that I can just do a little bit of editing. That's what needs to be done, then that's fine, we can do that. But yeah, I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really confident with where I'm at with my editing, and I know how to edit my videos now, which sounds really silly, but I kind of got myself into a little bit of a rhythm, so I can get them done relatively quickly. It's just finding the motivation and the time to put aside to edit them. So I think I just need to get better with that. Finance. Finance goal. I'm doing my goals backwards this month for some reason, but here we go. Finance goal, again, like I've done previously, there won't be any clips for this because A, what can I show you? It's just literally bank accounts, and B, I'm not going to disclose my bank account information online. Sorry guys. But my finance goal this month, I have been a student and then I've come back, I've done supply work, I'm living with mum and dad, and I kind of got myself into a big financial hole, which just when you get into one of these holes just snowballs. And I was really fortunate this year to have a tax rebate, and the tax rebate actually saved my butt because it meant that I could pay off a significant amount of the debt that I had. Without having that, I probably would be in a much bigger hole and would potentially be sat here talking about kind of my big year goal of wanting to move out, not looking likely. With that in mind, I have wanted to pay off and reduce my overdraft. I was such a victim of, it's fine, I've got a student overdraft, it's zero interest, I can just put it on that, I can just put it on that, I can just put it on that. And then next thing you know, my £500 overdraft I've maxed. And so I've got a £500 overdraft, I've got money that I owe to my parents, I've got money that I owe to my boyfriend, or I can't go out for dinner, so he's having to pay for a lot. And then that becomes a bit of a financial strain on us because he doesn't live just around the corner. He lives about half an hour away from where I am, which we both make the drive, but that's a lot of fuel, that's a lot of money then we're spending on food and stuff. So I basically just wanted to become a little bit more financially stable and financially responsible. So I paid it off, it went to zero, and I have now reduced it down to £200. And then with the money that I got this month for work, I have managed to really creatively split it out into different pots and should have, fingers crossed, everything covered, which is obviously the position that we want to be in. So financially feeling a whole lot better. I definitely feel that that has taken a massive burden off my shoulders. I think when I'm saying I felt like in a life slump, I've not been feeling great, I think a massive part of that is finances. I think that is often a side of life which gets overlooked really easily. Everyone's like, oh, your mental health, and yeah, my mental health hasn't been great. Yeah, my job hasn't been great, but actually the financial stress of just snowballing hasn't been great either. So to be that kind of, I'm on ground zero now, and I've actually managed to get some money in savings, and Matt and I have had the conversation about moving out and stuff like that. So at the moment, financially, very great position. Personal goal, I have got an office job, which if you haven't been around, if you haven't seen any of my videos before, I was a teacher. I was a full-time teacher. I then went off to do my master's, which is kind of when I started YouTube, and then I have left teaching altogether to go and work an office job. Great, love it. Really happy to be out of the teaching world for now. It's a never say never situation. However, teaching, especially teaching within SEM, which is what I did in my specialism, meant that I was constantly on my feet. There would never be too long in a day where I'd be sat down. An office job is very different. I work in a proper conventional office as well, so we don't have standing desks, we don't have walking pads, we don't have opportunities for those sorts of things. I am sat on my butt for at least 7 hours and 45 minutes a day, because that is how long my work day is. With that, I personally have noticed a change in my energy levels, in my snacking, in my weight, which weight is such a sensitive topic, and as it should be. I have struggled before with weight, with body image, and I fully respect that. But what I have noticed is I was bored snacking, and in turn that meant that I did put on quite a bit of weight, which I just didn't like. It was a lot of bloating weight. So I'm not saying I'm now going to reduce snacking and I've lost a load of weight. I was bloating quite a bit because what I was eating wasn't good for my diet, for my day-to-day. I was snacking and I wasn't getting enough protein and fiber in, and I just wasn't fueling my body right. So I haven't massively changed my diet, but my goal was to reduce snacks throughout the week. I'm going to take you along with me to prep my lunches and my breakfast and my lunch for my work day, because I'm not too concerned about my evening meals and my desserts. I do need to get better on that. I do need to work on the weekends, but right now my weekday and my working day is kind of what I want to focus on. Once I've got that solid, then I can focus on the evenings. Once I've got that solid, then you can focus on the weekends. And just, it's very small steps with these sorts of things, but I don't want to cram too much in. I don't want to try and do it all at once, because I've done that so many times and it ends up feeling like a fad diet where I'm like all or nothing and it's crash and burn basically. So I'm reducing my snacks throughout the week. With that, I've just got a very clear meal plan sorted, which it's nothing fancy. It is just your bog standard basics, but I like to know what I'm having to eat each day. And yeah, I'm feeling really good about that. I'm feeling a lot less bloated. I am starting to feel a little bit more of an energy increase, which is obviously what we want. And And the last goal we're going to talk about today that we're going to focus on is our fitness goal. And fitness for me, I need to find the love in it again. I've lost a lot of love for fitness within the last few months. I don't know. Every so often I need a change up. So when I went to uni, I was constantly like hammering the gym. I was in the gym all the time. And that was my workout. Even before uni, I would go to the gym before work. Absolutely fine if that's what you want to do. I went to uni, my gym was so far away, I stopped going to the gym. I then thought, hang on a minute, I'm going to do at-home workouts. Now that I'm at home, I do really like the at-home workouts, but I am starting to lose love with fitness. So my mum said to me the other day, she went, Lauren, we've got a skipping rope that's just coming to work that counts your skips. And I used to love skipping when I was younger. So I've decided for my fitness goal this month, I'm going to do one skipping workout a week. So I'll still do my upper, core and legs workouts. That's fine. I still do those 3 every week. But rather than running, which I've fallen completely out of love with, I'm going to do a skipping workout a week. I've just got a skipping video, which I found on YouTube. I'm just going to set that up in the mornings and I'm going to go outside and I'm just going to skip my rope. It doesn't have to be perfect by any means. You'll see by the clips, I am not very good at it. I am actually rubbish at skipping, but it's something different. It's something I enjoy. So for that, I will take with it what I will and just enjoy having fun. Fitness is for fun. Fitness is for mental health reasons for me personally. Yes, my body image is something that I do struggle with. However, I don't want to hone in on fitness to fix that. I would like to rather focus on nutrition to kind of help with the body image. I do a lot of fitness. I am not a stationary person. I am relatively active. So I don't want to focus on making sure I'm hammering in loads of workouts to get my body image down and like those types of things. I need to work on my nutrition, and that is definitely something that's going to be a longer process because it's something that I need to support my younger self through. Yeah, those are the goals for July and the clips and everything like that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope you guys have enjoyed keeping me accountable for the month of July, because trust me, it has not been easy. I have not wanted to do a lot of these goals. I don't want to get up in the mornings and skip. I don't want to reduce my snacks because I enjoy snacks. I enjoy sweet treats. I don't really want to be editing all the time and like feeling like I'm constantly catching up, but I do definitely feel slightly bit. Today was the first day I kind of left work and I was like, right, I need to go home, I need to film this, I need to film that. Once I've done that, I can have dinner. And I just felt like this piece of calm and clarity. I was like, do you know what? I don't feel like there's so much to do. The last few weeks I've been going like, right, okay, I need to go home, I need to finish filming this, I need to voice over that, I need to edit this, and I need to edit that, and I need to watch this, and I need to do that, and I need to get my fitness in, and I need to get my steps in, and it's just been so much. So to kind of feel today on top of things, my steps are looking good for the day. I've only got a few little bits to film, and I've got booked out time this evening to watch a film. It's feeling good. So yeah, if you can take anything away from this, just figure out what the one thing in life that's giving you the most stress. Mine for me was that financial kind of snowball, and work on that. You don't need 4 goals a month, you don't need 4 goals a year, you don't need any goals a year, but find the one thing that's giving you that like high level stress and take the small steps towards that. And once that's gone, figure out the next thing and take small steps. You don't need to be doing it all at once. That is how I've ended up in burnout, and it's definitely something that I'm working on and I'm thinking about. I know I've got 4 goals here, I'm working on it, but I think also these 4 goals aren't anything horrific. Paying off my overdraft is done. Reducing my snacks is, I have to feed myself every day for work anyway, so it's just creating a meal plan that works for that. One skipping workout a week, I'm replacing the running, which I hated, so that's fine. And 4 workouts a week is already in my routine and my plan. Editing videos is kind of the one thing now that that's my main one. That's my main one that I'm chipping away at and trying to keep on top of. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below what's one thing you're going to prioritize working on, and let me know if there's anything that I can do, any videos or anything that you want, tips, tricks, how I would maybe tackle it, or how I would maybe like advise people to tackle it. I don't know. Let me know anything you want to see down below. Make sure you subscribe, because otherwise you might never see my tips and tricks ever again. And you hold me accountable, so I'm going to hold you guys accountable. So if you don't subscribe, how will I do that? How will I do that? Like the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.